Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Terrell Willis, my Eagles rant. Apparently, I'm locked out of my own apartment. I just went to take out the trash, and now I'm locked out. Hear my dog in there going crazy. I was gonna do it inside, but since I have all this time on my hands now, I guess I'll do my rant out here. So let's go. So, like I said, I'm not locked out of my apartment, but it doesn't mean I can't give you my Eagles rant for last week's game against the always hated Dallas Cowboys. You know what? It's something about when the Eagles beat the Cowboys. It just does something to you. Like I said last week, it like warms your soul. It makes your week feel better. Even more so when we beat the Redskins or the Giants. You know, seeing them like that, it always will bring a smile to my face. But let's recap this game, shall we? So, Sam Bradford had probably his best game of the year. No turnovers, which was the key. He was able to move up and down the field and hit the targets that he wanted to and execute the offense effectively. He also showed a lot of mobility as well, being able to escape and run around and do the necessary things to keep drives alive and ultimately win the game. All right. Now, the running backs, they touched the ball probably half the time the offense was on the field. MER had a big game, and Ryan Matthews, a nice two-headed monster. Like I said in previous episodes, they are our cash cows. These are the best players on our offense. You know, you could argue which one depending on the style that you like. But those two guys, Ryan Matthews and MER, are our best players. And they featured them heavily in this game. And that allowed us to win the game. And that was key. That running game got going. You saw the Cowboys, they were dragging, they were tired, especially when they got that high tempo going. Oh, it was something to see. It was something to see, let me tell you. Now, I'm extremely proud of Jordan Matthews. He struggled to keep it light. He definitely struggled this year, but he didn't drop a single ball. He had 7 drops this year, no drops in this game. And for him to catch that walk-off touchdown to end the game, that just summed up the whole game that he had. He caught everything that came his way. I remember there was one ball that was down at his feet. He grabbed it, snatched it out of the air, and ran it for like 15, 20 yards. He was outstanding. The rest of the wide receivers, they're still a work in progress. Again, Josh Huff, as I stated last week, he does nothing right out there. We almost had another interception in the end zone because he wasn't able to catch the ball. I am just not a fan of this dude. He gives you one play every, 40 snaps? It's not going to cut it. I don't know what they're going to do with him moving forward. We're stuck between the rock and the hard places. That's all we have. But, again, he shows you time and time again that he's just not the one. He's not the one. But besides all that, we were still able to do what we needed to do to win this game. And, the defense, as always, they balled out. They did their thing. They had turnovers. They sacked the quarterback. They had a touchdown. Jordan Hicks had that touchdown, interception for a touchdown. Again, they played their behinds off as usual. We have a playoff caliber defense. I'll say it right here. We have a playoff caliber defense. It's just an offense that needs to catch up. It just needs to catch up. And finally, the last segment, the U Drawlin Award for this week. And I want to have a special shout out to my man Dion, who told me that I was saying it wrong. I apologize for that. I apologize to Philadelphia for saying this word wrong. I appreciate that, big homie. But the U Drawlin Award goes to no other than Ed Hockley's, the referee. Now, even though the Eagles won, you can still have it. You draw an award, and if you look at any game, you can find one person, and he was that person. And let me explain to you why. For a couple reasons. One, that final drive that the Cowboys were allowed to tie the game up, those two phantom calls that under his leadership they called were bogus. In my opinion, both of those holding calls on Maxwell were bogus. I know Maxwell, he's been struggling, but he has just as much right to the ball as anybody else. And for him to make that call in that stage of the game is ridiculous. So you know what it's about. At the end of the day, NFL is about money. And no one generates money more than those Cowboys. Everybody wants to see them out on the field. That's why they're showcasing every game. So to have them win and have them build momentum and hopefully get into the playoffs, that just bodes well for the league. But again, that's another story, another conspiracy theory. I'll leave that alone. So the most damaging part of those two calls were it allowed our best defensive player, Jordan Hicks, probably was going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year, to be lost for us for the whole season, tore his pectoral muscle. That is going to be devastating to us moving forward. I know we got a lot of depth, but still, like, just the very fact that he was still out there because of those calls lets me know that it was wrong. Lets me know it was wrong. So Ed Hockley's, you drawling. So that concludes my Eagles rant for this week. Thank you for tuning in. Please look out for my prediction special later on today. All right, people. Now, if you will excuse me, I'm going to try to get back in my apartment. This is my Eagles rant, Terrell Willis. Peace. Dabo! I know you're a dog, but jump on your hind legs, find them keys, and open the door.